Hi everybody, this is my phal which recently bloomed, and you have seen the flowers on previous video. We will see it again on the side. Recently this started producing a lot of aerial roots, so I knew the inside roots were in trouble. The reason behind the old roots dying off or rotting off is because this was a conversion from cocoa husk to lava rock and charcoal. Normally in a conversion there is bound to be root diebacks or a slight root rot, but however you can see it recovered and established itself fine also. That is when it bloomed. So I thought I should repot this at some point, and today is that day. So last night what I did was I took this out of the pot. I actually pulled it. I did not take off any media and then take this off. It threw out this root first. This was lying on the surface of the media, and then I could see these two and the top one peeking through the leaf is starting. So there is active root growth. Plus, since there was no dieback other than me burning it in the sun, I thought I would just pull this out of the media last night and clean out all the dead roots. As expected, there were like all these nubbins down at the bottom of the stem are the roots I took off. There wasn't many, they were papery thin, and that root rot has not introduced a crown rot to the plant. So therefore, because of the active root growth also, this is in the okay to be repotted. And this is the media it was in. Okay. Other than these two pieces of charcoal, these two, rest of it was already utilized inside this pot. This was a gift to me, the plant and the pot both, so I didn't have the heart to change it up, and that's where I opted to put this plant in the same pot but using chunky media, so there will be a lot of air movement and less water in between the media and the roots. And this pot has a raised bottom, so therefore there will be a ring of water all around this on the inside. So therefore you can also see this there's a huge drainage hole at the bottom, and with this drainage hole, if I keep this on my orchid rack, there will be a lot of air movement from beneath the pot. So utilizing this also, I thought I will make it further airy, and I will also add more lava rock into this when I repot. The remaining charcoal pieces have been stacked up like a fire pit, and I will just leave this on the side for the time, and we'll try to place this in position. Again, I'm doing this with one hand, so let's see how I can do this. Okay, I just have to insert the roots, right, and place this on this, and gather the media around. I could have actually placed this beforehand, but it's fine. Now I will get this a bit further and take my lava rock out. I have the chunkiest pieces to be inserted inside to immobilize the chunky pieces of charcoal, and the plant will be a bit back to the pot, and I will just insert the pieces of lava rock without leaving huge gaps in between. Of course there will be gaps, but I will try to minimize it because I will be also utilizing the medium sized charcoal and lava rock to the top. Okay, this is my media in a candle stand. This piece which was attached to the new root, I left it as it is because, to tell you the truth, there were no bugs or any pests inside the media. I was actually dreading of having to, sterilize this. Since there were nothing, I did not sterilize anything. I just washed the roots off after trimming them. So you just have to fill in the cracks here and secure the plant a bit, and once the roots are safely inside, you can add the rest of the media on top without hesitation. Again, this plant is in a transplant stage, but since the roots, at least all the new roots or whatever that remained, have adapted to this media, I will wait for signs of these new root tips elongating, and the transplant shock would be minimum. This will go into a total shade for a month, and I will again gradually introduce this to direct morning sunlight. I have to flush this and get rid of whatever that is remaining from the previous repotting. I've actually washed the media, but there seems to be small pieces and whatever the residue that was left off from the previous root rot. It was very papery inside, and there were 6 to 7 primary roots which have dried off. I hope this would be okay now. To recap, you can repot your Phalaenopsis to a different media and wait until 1 year or so, at least 6 months, and pull it out and see what has happened to the older roots, and if there are new roots or root tips, or if there are new root signs inside the media. Then if there is no stem rot and not a severe root rot where you have 1 or 2 roots, you can clean out all those remaining roots and repot your plant again. And in this instance, I used 2 more chunkier charcoal pieces to make it much more airy than it was before, and only a thin layer of lava rock and charcoal of medium sized are on top of this fab. The roots are tucked in safely without breakage, and I will wait for signs of the new root nubbins elongating, and that will tell me that the media is grabbed on by the roots and the plant is stable again. The next signs of progress would be a new leaf or further roots. Okay, to throw out a new leaf, the plant might need more roots, so therefore it might give you more roots also. And if they creep out from here, I have no other way to leave this as it is and just lift up the top layer from wherever the root is pointing towards and insert it, and then lay the whatever the layer of media depending on the length of that root, so that will not come out of the pot and get broken due to mechanical damages. That is, when you move this, or some animal or some pest would not bite it off. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll update you again with regard to all my propagations and repottings. Have a great Sunday. Bye.